Kevin Lee is coming out of retirement. Kevin retired after his recent 55-second submission loss to Rinat Fakhretdinov this past July. On X, Kevin wrote, "I'm coming out of retirement. I'll fight MMA again. I don't know when, where, or who yet, but I'm dropping weight and getting into shape now." He continued, "I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. That's my focus right now. It's been 6 months since I retired, and I miss being around the sport." Justin Gaethje fires back at Rafael Fiziev, saying that he ran away from him for 2 rounds and only fought good after he eye-poked him. Gaethje fought Fiziev back in March of last year and won via majority decision. Here's what Rafael Fiziev had to say in an interview with Championship Rounds.
He ran away from me 2 rounds. He ran away. He started to win me only after eye poke because my eye doesn't see anything. It's a big white circle on my right eye all fight. Big white circle. I didn't see anything with my right eye. So he fight going good only after eye poke and round 3 when I start to tire up, but he ran away 2 rounds,
Gaethje fired back via X. He wrote, "Not a good look here. I hit him so hard he forgot which eye got poked. Your right eye got torched by my right hand, kid." Tyron Woodley is furious over the UFC allegedly paying him the same amount as Donald Cerrone. Tyron said that he was going to leave the UFC after defending his belt against Darren Till, where Tyron allegedly had a $500,000 base salary. On Demetrius Johnson's YouTube channel, Tyron said, "I was going to leave the UFC after fighting Darren Till. I told them, f***ing cut me, dog. Y'all don't want me here. Why y'all keep holding on to me, dog? We kept fighting and every fight because you know how I was. I was a gorilla. I knew the numbers so well. I knew what everybody was making. I'm not finna go out there and be making the same as Cowboy Cerrone. That motherfucker ain't never touched gold in his life. That's just a principle thing. Sometimes when you're an African American in this game, they think you should just be appreciative. I'm not just appreciative. I'm thankful that you gave me an opportunity, but you didn't give me the gifts. God gave me the gifts. I'm thankful to him. I argued with them over you a couple of times," he told Demetrius Johnson. "It ain't have shit to do with me, but I was like, nah, I was talking numbers. I'm like, when you go to basketball, it don't matter if Steph Curry throwing a monster can at somebody's dome or bust a window out. He can pull a 3, he's going to get paid top dollar. You got DJ who got 11 titles, but you going to pay Cowboy Cerrone the same as him? Cowboy was making $350,000. He never touched gold ever. So your reason behind him making $350,000 per fight is that he never complains. He takes any fight that you offer him. He'll even fight injured. He'll even fight last minute notice. That don't work for me." It looks like Rampage Jackson versus Shannon Briggs will finally be happening this summer.
I finally got the contract. It's been over 2 years in the making of me hearing Miss Shannon Briggs' mouth. I get to shut him up once for all in Qatar, June 1st. I'm finna sign this contract. Shannon, you're gonna regret you called me out all those years ago, and you've been posting just ungodly videos of me, tagging me in ungodly videos. And I just endured it, that I got the contract. Got it. Thank God. Shut your mouth once and for all.
Beside that
Let me get this pen to work it up. Trying to. Okay, here we go. This shit right here. It's gonna take a while. You gotta see the end result. You see the end result. It's gonna take a while.
Daniel Cormier and Ben Askren have a little disagreement on the Funky and Champ podcast. DC thinks that if the UFC opened up a 165-pound division, Conor McGregor would have to fight for the belt. DC compares the situation to the UFC creating a women's featherweight division for Chris Cyborg, which has since been disbanded.
The thing is this, right, Ben? Like, if you do, though, it has to be Conor. If you do 165, it has to be Conor.
Why?
You can't.
That's dumb. You stop. You
no,
stop
I'm telling
it
you
right now.
No, I'm telling you. You want me to tell you why? Want me to tell you why? Because you're introducing a new weight class. It has to mean something. You can't have 2 normal fighters introducing a weight. Look, it didn't work. It didn't work at 145 when they did it for the women. And it didn't
Well, they
work.
only had 2 people in the division.
But it doesn't matter. No, not initially. But not initially, Ben. It ended up being 2 people. But if you recall, Jermaine Durandamy fought Holly Holm for that championship in Brooklyn. Wasn't a great fight. But then Jermaine Durandamy won the fight. Refused to fight Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, that was wild.
Nobody took it serious.
That was crazy.
Until Chris Cyborg became the champion. And when Chris Cyborg became the champion, it wasn't a problem. But
that wasn't because she had a big name. That was because she hadn't lost in freaking.
But that was the only reason that worked was because it was Chris Cyborg. And that'll be the same thing.
No, you're wrong.
Add this belt without a guy with a name.
You're wrong. Yeah, you are.
You can't just say I'm wrong. You got to give me something to make me believe that.
You're wrong. Listen,
no.
Chris Cyborg hadn't lost. Everyone knew she was the best fighter in the world that weight class. That's why no one gave a damn when someone else had the belt because they knew who the best fighter was. Conor McGregor can't win a fight. He hasn't won a fight.
But do you
since 2016.
But do you know that Conor McGregor is not the best 165-pound fighter in the world? You don't know that because you've never seen it.
You shut up.
I'm serious. You don't know that because you've never seen it. What if Conor McGregor at 165 is the perfect spot for him?
You just stop right now.
I'm serious.
You're trying to make me angry.
I'm not.
I'm gonna come in and try to make piss Ben off. No, if we're gonna make the 65 division, I'm great with it. I think it's great. I'm a fan of it, even though it doesn't benefit me now because I'm old and retired. I think it's a great idea.
Why wouldn't it be Chandler McGregor?
Because Conor McGregor hasn't beat anyone meaningful since 2016. Yeah, we're in 2024. The last time Conor McGregor beat anyone meaningful, Barack Obama was president.
Joe Rogan is not a fan of the BMF title fight between Justin Gaethje and Max Holloway. Joe says lightweights are just too big. Joe said, you know what I hate? Max is a great 45-pounder, but Dustin Poirier beat him up at 55 pounds. I think those guys are a little too big. Max is right there in the hunt for the featherweight title. When Volkanovski gets done with Ilia Topuria, Max is a likely next fight. It's a possibility. It's 100% there. It looks like Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis is off. The two are set to fight at UFC 299. Today, Dustin Poirier posted this to his Instagram story. He wrote, "Fights off, but still working." Terrence McKinney offered to step in as a replacement. On X, Terrence wrote respectfully, "If you need an opponent." So this is a similar story to yesterday's fight cancellation. If you missed our video yesterday, we reported on Sean Brady and Vicente Luque getting called off. It ended up coming out that the fight was never officially signed in the first place. It's the same story for Dustin and Benoit. Speaking to Brett Okamoto, Dustin said there was no contractual agreement before the fight was announced, and we couldn't come to terms. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Nate Marks. It says, "Please let Jeff Neal KO Ian Gary." The second one's in reference to Tyron Woodley saying that he gave Jake Paul his credibility. It's from Jones. It says, "Tyron Woodley bragging about getting knocked out is crazy." And the final one's from Joshua Mendoza. It says, "Tyron gave Jake credibility along with 2 wins." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.